was a question how you break the routine, right? Because we need to see like first of all it's to practice. It says like מתוך שלא לשמה ולא לשמה, like fake it till you make it. Remember מתוך שלא לשמה רב שלג explain יבוא לשמה. It means begin and to fake it till you make it. You say okay, everything from the light, you know, this light of wisdom. I need to start to think like that, right? Till suddenly like a door will open, like my consciousness will actually be elevated to a different place. And this is one thing. The second thing, I need to break my routine to do something. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say a person is working in an office, or he's working here, okay? So usually, let's say the person is in the cubicle and he have like at 1 o'clock, he have his lunch, and right, like he have times, right? So he decided, you know what, today instead of 1, I'm walking out of my cubicle at 10, and I'm going downstairs and just doing one round around the building. It's freaking, right? I'm going crazy now into the cubicle. You have to break something in the routine. Small, how long it take? 5 minutes.
But then you do that every week and that becomes routine. So
No, you need to change all the time. Change.
All the time?
No, you change. It's for me. So it means I need to do something to break my routine. It says in the every morning prayer, it says every day we need to sing a new song. Shir Chadash. Every day. What is a new song? It's actually I need to renew myself, because every day we're born from the beginning. So every day it's like I need to do something even small I didn't do yesterday. Let's say I'm just throwing examples what have come to my mind. Let's say even in the office, you say, no, my boss, I can't go downstairs. Are you crazy? You can find me, right? Okay, in the cubicle, do 5 push-ups. You never do it like, no, I'm going to the gym after. It's not about that. Do something to break the routine. You know what? Go to the kitchen, do coffee to your friend. You know, do something like different. This is one. I'm breaking my routine, okay? Then, you know, when I'm going to connect with the light, then how my routine will be break? I will see more through people. I will be more sensitive. The right words. I don't want to waste time, so I can, you know, when we connected, I can tell the person like in 2 minutes, boom, that's it. I don't need now to sit with him like half an hour or 1 hour to talk, to convince, to prove, to show him in the books. No, I'm like not. So you know what I mean? So suddenly I'm changing. Now the truth is, we're not going to feel that we're changing. That's the trick. You're not going to feel, because like you said, you're going to feel it's a new routine. This is why in my mind I need always to look for something small that I'm breaking my routine. It doesn't have to be something huge. What I said to go around is like it's look like huge, but something like small. I'm going to the from here, so I'm going different way. You know, I'm changing. So for me, it's like a change, right? That's something small. So I'm changing something. So changing in my thoughts, in my mind. You see what I'm saying? To remember it, that's the hard thing. That's the hard thing. This is the fight with our opponent, because the opponent, he wants us to have routine. This is why it says he makes us numb. You know, back in the days, I remember when I grown up, when my family planned around my dad, you know, he used to have like a pinkas, like a notebook, small notebook, yeah? When you go to buy in the market, take the notebook, you know, he used to calculate in his head, whatever, but let's say you can write, or he calculate in his head. How much it cost? Back then the weight was not electronic, by hand, right? And he knew exactly all the numbers. He knew all the like phone numbers of like you know, like to call someone. He know by heart phone numbers, addresses, calculate. You know how much it costs. A kilo. This. I said, oh my God! Like how he's doing, right? But this is the way they grown up. So what's happened? The mind already like. Then slowly, what they did, they start to invent like calculators, blah 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 blah. Now we have the phone. Today, you know, if you ask yourself, you barely can remember. Do you remember your wife's phone number by heart? We don't know.
No.
I don't remember even my wife's phone number by heart, right? Barely I remember my address. Why? Because I have it here. I'm just doing like this. Oh, my address. Oh, my wife's. So what's happened? Slowly, we don't even think. So what's happened to our brain? Instead of like expanding, is actually we're shrinking. So we're not using. This is what it says. We're not using our brain. It says about, remember Kabbalah when we're teaching it. It says about Einstein, he was using 4% from his brain, and like he was genius, right? No, it's okay. He was genius. It's empty, thank God. And it was and how much revelations he achieved, right? With 4%. So we're asking always like how much we're using from our brain, because we get used to like it's like we come to a place of like it's so comfortable that I don't need to do too much. So whatever we receive and all what we're receiving now in our generation is supposed to shrink time for us. But if I take it not in the wrong way, so I'm not actually developing myself to cleave myself with the Creator. Because now I'm depending on all of those things around me. So it means if today, now there is storms in the United States, and people doesn't have electricity. That means they don't have maybe phones, they don't have electricity, nothing. They don't, not even communication. It's very scary. I was once in Boston. I used to go from New York to Boston. It came a guy one Shabbat. He didn't come for like I think 2 weeks or more, and I was like, "What's going on? Where is the guy? Where is this guy? Nobody can reach him." And we get worried, And then he came after a few weeks. He was a musician, a band, and this. And then he came. He says in the town that he lives, they have a storm, and snowstorm, and trees fell and electricity. They didn't have for 10 days communication with no one. And he told us stories. It's like just to hear his stories and you try to feel it. It's like so scary. We can't even imagine that we can live in that way, because it used to be in the past like that. But suddenly now if you're taking the toys from the kid, he doesn't know what to do. So 10 days, no electricity, it's freezing in the house. Now, so there's nothing. There's no phones, there's no TV, there's no radio. There's nothing, even food, barely they could find food, 10 days. No communication with the world. So we can't even imagine that, because we're so used to like machine, music, this. So what's happened, we need to use those things, no problem. But I have to start to practice myself. How can I cleave myself with the light without being depending on things? Because we're so dependent on things, we don't know how to live without those things. So this was in our day, we have a lot of things we're doing as a routine. I need to do something to break my routine. Small, very small. Small. Even to make a phone call to someone.
But like we're human, like you need a car, you need to eat food, we depend on
Of
many
course,
things. So
no.
you're saying not to depend on anything then?
No,
Never with the
no.
lights on.
I didn't say that. What the Rav said now? Rav said it's called consciousness. We need to use everything. But with which consciousness? I'm using it. That's the whole thing. Consciousness is everything. Everything we have in our generation, I just give an example. It was an example. We need to use everything because it's supposed to shrink time. Right? Airplanes, shrinking time. Back in the days, a person need to die and to born in different country to do the correction. Today, you go on an airplane, you do correction with all the people in the airplane, all the people in the airport, and you know how many corrections we're doing just by flying? But you're supposed to meet someone that, from past life to correct in this city and to come back. So it's shrinking time, right? So again, we can use things, again, like he says here, just for pleasure, or we're also with intention that I'm correcting. You know how many stories there is about the Rav, they used to drive with the Rav, and the Rav, they drive with the Rav, and the Rav says stop, and he, stop in the field or in a town, and he says, and he gives him the whole story about this place, whatever happened over there. And the Rav told, okay, now we're going to pray here, Mincha or whatever time it was, to elevate the spark of light that exists. So this is what to see. The Rav was seeing like everything that exists and where we're supposed to correct and elevate energies. So this is what we're talking about. We need to use everything. But with which consciousness I'm using it? I'm actually cleaving myself with the Creator, I'm just using the 1%. Make sense? Of course we need. Because of what I said before. We want to be rich and connected, not to be poor and connected. With the Rav, I want the whole money of the world. Remember, we have told you many times. But what the Rav said, if I want, and actually Michael told us in Shabbat, remember Michael, he said, but the Rav said, if I want everything, I need to give everything. We want everything, but to give everything, let me think about it. Let me sleep on it. No, we need to be a channel, right? So if I want everything, I give everything, I will have everything anyway. But that's the fear of Satan. I give everything. As the Rav said, no money? No, what am I going to... But just a second, maybe there is a reason. Maybe you've been saved. Maybe there is a reason why they took right now the money. There is a reason. You know that the Rav, when the Rav started the Kabbalah Center, the Rav had a lot of money. And when the Rav got the permission to start the Kabbalah Center, a guy came to him and said, there is a deal, good deal. You can actually, it was double or triple the money. So I was thinking, if I can do that, because I can invest in the center and print books, right? And the Rav lost all the money. Everything. And then the Rav Brahman came to the Rav in a dream. And he told him, there is a reason why I lost the money. They took it from you. Because if you really want to start Kabbalah Center, you have to start not with the money, with nothing. And the Rav can start from nothing. Read the book of Karen. All the stories. They didn't have money. Barely money to buy pizza, to eat food. Scary. But they did the spiritual work. And it's what I'm saying. The Rav saying from experience what he's saying. This is the consciousness. What I'm choosing. So of course we need everything. Everything we need. All the 1%. But how I'm using it, that's the matter. And to change, it's here. Every time to change something small, because I know myself. And I need to see how I'm developing and changing. Nobody can, you changed. No, I need to see if I'm changing or not. Because what he says here, if I'm connected, I will receive more messages. And I can change. It's a real game. It's not a joke. It's a real game. But it's cool, actually. It's cool.
I got one more question.
Yes. Wow.
So you explain
End of the year.
You explain about the tree of life, right?
Yes.
How you could experience the tree of life and you see light and everything. So how do you know? Because I think that as myself, I have a very big ego, which I'm proud of. But a lot of times my ego will make me think I'm connected, I'm spiritual, I'm a good person. But really, the action or the way I'm really doing is like the opposite. It's like for the self alone. So how do you know that you're really living the tree of life, and how do you know you're living in your own illusion? Because I think it's very scary when you think about it, but I think it's very easy to lie to ourselves, or our ego think that we're doing the right thing, but really we're doing the opposite. So how do you know? How could you catch yourself and be like, oh wait, actually the way I thought that was right is wrong. Let me jump back to the tree of life. How could you?
First of all, the way that you ask it and the way you say it means you see it. So it's good. I mean, you see your ego. You see, in the time that you see your ego, that you can. So it means you can know, because if you talk about it, it means you have a big ego. It's already good. Second.
Yeah, the Rav would say that. I have the
No, of course. No, we should.
You need ego.
We're supposed to have huge ego. This is what I was saying. The books. This is why a lot of Kabbalah students come and say, no, thank you, no, and then they reduce the desire. No. I was saying we need to have huge desire to receive oneself alone. Now I have something to transform. Yes? So first of all, we need to have huge desire to receive oneself alone. That's great. But when we are in those moments, first of all, if we're in line with ourselves, we can know. Because you will see your thoughts. I'll give you one example. Let's say, from the point of the light is never ever will tell us amazing job. The one who will tell us you did a great and amazing job will be the opponent, not the light. So if I have in my thought, wow, I did a great job, or I'm good, or I did a good deed, whatever, I need that. Now I know it's my ego. I'm disconnected. The light? What do you mean? He did a good job. you came in to correct. You can, we working in a place and we want just the boss tell us all day, hey, I'm good, you're good. It's something we're not supposed to say, but I mean, if I desire that my boss will tell you all day, oh, he's good, you're handsome, you're this, you're nah. So it means so I'm going to work just to get approval from my boss. I'm going to work, right? So if we like thinking according to the lights, it means I'm not really doing the work. But we came this world to do the spiritual work. So it means I came already with a deficit. I owe. So I'm looking for like, the light tell me like I'm good. So the light is not, from the point of the light never ever stopped to giving us. So it means I just need to prepare my vessel. So when I have that thought in my mind of like, oh yeah, I did good, I said this guy hello, whatever, this is my ego telling me. Because he wants me to feed me with good things that I'm not going to see really when I need to change. So when we have that thought, stop for a second and say, okay, how can I break it? So whatever that thought came, maybe I should go to a person or say something or do something to break it. Remember the story with Rabbi Zusha, also Rabbi Zusha? And when we were to collect money to his daughter's wedding. And it was 300 ruble. So to make it short, he came back on the way back home. He stopped in one of the villages. He came to the village, he said like, crying and this, and family said, what's going on here? And he said, oh, it's supposed to be a wedding, and the father of the bride, somebody steal the money. Said how much? It was exactly 300 rubles. Said, oh, how the money was? They told him he went to the hotel, break the money, everything. When on the way back, he wanted to give them his money for his daughter. He wanted to give them money. So on the way there, Satan came to him. So when he went to the father, he said, listen, I will give you the money. I found the money. Blah, blah, blah. I found the guy and I found the money. They believe him. He showed them like all it's break, and this, like they believe it's theirs. But he says, listen, I give you the money with one condition. I want like I think it was 10 or 20%. He said, no, are you crazy? It's not your money. He said to kerosene. They throw things at him, give us the money, and they kick him from the town. So after a while, the rabbi of this village, he went to see the teacher of Rabbi Zusha. And he told him the story. How come your student, he behaved like that and this and that. So it was a wedding. So he said, no, my student is not going to do that. Call Rabbi Zusha. Rabbi Zusha came. What's happened? So then he said, on the way to give them money, my opponent catch me and he started to tell me, oh, Rabbi Zusha, wow, you are amazing. You're doing such amazing good deed. Look what you're doing. And he gave him like more and more. So he felt his ego growing and growing. He said, no, I have to break my ego. So what he did, this is his money. Can you imagine it's his money? He gave them his money, but still his ego growing. He sacrificed already his money, right? His daughter need to get married. And he gave them their money. So he told them to break his ego. What he did, he told them, I want 10 or 20% from the money. So he need like to break his ego, so they cursed him and whatever, right? So also us, we need to listen who is talking to us. And if I can start to listen, I will listen to if it's my opponent or if it's the light. Because the light doesn't need to tell me, oh, you are great. You came to do the work, just do the work. What do you mean great? I came to work. Or I came to get the approval 24/7. So when I'm in Tree of Life, I'm doing the work because it says, Tree of Life have rules. Follow the rules. And you go into a Tree of Life. So if I'm starting to have the thoughts of like different things, it means I'm not connecting. It's called kombina in Hebrew. Like I'm trying to find shortcuts.
But appreciation isn't seeing that you're great. Appreciation of yourself, you say it a lot. So isn't that about seeing your gifts, your blessing, all the work you've done? Isn't that what it is?
It's a thin line between see it, learn, and grow. Because I want to see what I have done and how I should grow. And to see it and to hold into it and then stay there. It's a very thin line between, because yes, you're right, we should see it, because we can't think about ourselves we are bad people. We're not chas v'shalom. We're not. No, that's not the point. We are good people, because the light, Baal Shem Tov said, we are good people, the light is inside of us. But it's a thin line to stay there and say, I'm a good person and I deserve. I want to see just a second, this is what I did so far. I used to be like that and now I'm like that, but I have so much more to do. Because if I'm here, I still have correction. Why I'm here? So I need to continue whatever the thing I need to do. So that's supposed to push me to do what? To do more. But if that thought make me to do less or not to do, that's the opponent. So this is something we have to measure. We need to listen to our thoughts. This is when sometimes people come and telling us, why you don't do this? Why the garbage is full? Why suddenly, because we are in our zone, and someone come and telling us something outside of our zone, we don't feel comfortable. We feel like, oh, he doesn't know how much I work today, how much this. Now Satan, he start to get crazy in our mind. I'm working so hard, he doesn't appreciate me, like in our mind. But just a second, why the light sent this person to tell me why it's not clean, why the garbage, why? Because I was in my zone, I was in my ego. So the light sent someone to take me out of my comfort zone and to show me. So I can fall again. I'm upset. I can see the person and blame the person and fight with the person. Or I can say, I'm not comfortable right now, but you know what? What was today? You know what? I was comfortable. I was this. This is my ego now. He pushed my ego. This is the game. It's hard to see it, but this is the game. This is why we have to practice. There's no like other way. We have to practice. But again, we can win here, then we can fall here. It's like, it's all in seconds and minutes. It's not like, oh wow, and poof, ah wow, poof. It's like, but if I'm connecting, like in my mind, I want to connect with tree of life. Remember what we said, true desire. So fall, stand up, fall, stand up. Like, like sport. Fall, stand up, continue, fall. Like a kid. How kids start to walk? How they walking? How we start to walk? Thank God, right? We didn't believe the opponent. We fell, we got punched. Try again. Oh, again, try again. Oh, till one day, right? We start to walk. The same here. We have to remember that, okay? I fell, I stand up. I fall, I stand up. But what is my goal? That's my goal. I want to cleave myself with the Creator. Yes? Okay? 2023. Come out to the classes. It's good.
Yeah,
a lot of questions.
Thank you.